And our next story is about the US and China and how their strained dynamics are fueling an epidemic of drugs across the US. This is the story of the addiction epidemic in the United States and how it's worsening and how Chinese money launderers are contributing to make it worse. Our next report getting you the complete story.
Chinese money launderers are fueling an addiction epidemic in America. This network is growing. And how does it function? Well, Chinese criminals are helping Mexican drug cartels bypass banking and regulatory crackdowns in the United States. The strained relationship between Washington and Beijing is complicating efforts to tackle this, with China's repeated denial of any role in America's drug crisis. And just how bad is the crisis? The figures are alarming. In 2021 alone, 107,000 deaths were recorded in America due to drug overdose. Out of this, 2/3 were due to a highly addictive synthetic opioid called fentanyl, with the opioid becoming the leading cause of death for Americans, particularly between the ages of 18 and 45. It has begun to emerge as America's greatest enemy. And this has led to a new threat of drug cartel businesses witnessing a dramatic change. Some officials from the US believe that criminal organizations in China have captured the money laundering business for the cartels. And this is not only alarming, but it is one of the biggest threats to public safety in the United States. As per officials, this network is so efficient in its functioning that American law enforcement is finding it difficult to decode it. In fact, most of the communication is carried out over WeChat. It is an encrypted Chinese instant messaging app, which is extremely difficult to intercept. The State Department of the US estimates illicit funds worth over $154 billion pass through China every year. $154 billion. Tracing the movement of illicit money is difficult, primarily because Chinese money brokers pick up narcotic proceeds in the US, and once the bulk of cash is received by Chinese brokers, they then sell the dollars to Chinese customers who want to spend the money in the US. Chinese organized crime charging only 2% to launder the funds, as opposed to a charge of 10% that is incurred on running them without Chinese support. This is accompanied by the constant risk of violence, theft, and law enforcement intervention. Along with these benefits, the funds are delivered to the traffickers in their home countries, immediately with guaranteed payment, and minimized movement of funds. After all, money is the lifeline of drug cartels, and China is enriching this systematically, strategically, and claiming that Mexico and China have a smooth channel of counter-narcotics cooperation. And the opioid drug abuse in the US is completely made in America. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.